Minister, on a slightly different issue, the Fianna Fáil local election manifesto was obviously launched last week, and it included several things on the topic of law and order and keeping communities safe and so on, including establishing a dedicated police force for public transport and funding brighter streets and setting up community policing teams and expanding local drug task forces and strengthening powers to evict tenants for extreme antisocial behaviour and so on. All of those things were in the 2019 Fianna Fáil local election manifesto. So if those things haven't been achieved in the last 5 years, when Fianna Fáil was the biggest party in local government and so on, and in government with Fine Gael and the Greens, why would we believe that these promises will be delivered in the next 5 years?
Oh, I think, to be fair, and I've served for a very long time on the local authority myself, and I know the excellent work and the vision that is brought to local authority by Fianna Fáil representatives on the local authorities, and much of what you reference there, much of it has been achieved. It is not to say, and I would always say in terms of local authority,
which ones specifically would have been
for
achieved?
example, in terms of safety locally, in terms of, and safety is multi-aspect. So, for example, I know from my own experience in the local authority, it's about upgrading of lighting, it's about the provision of appropriate facilities. That's done on a regular basis.
But Minister, if that's done, why is it in the manifesto this year again? Because if it was done, then it's done, and it doesn't need to be in the 2024 manifesto.
That would be a misunderstanding of the work. The work is always ongoing. So, for example, if particular areas are upgraded, it doesn't mean to say that other areas can't be upgraded going forward as well. It is also all about acquisition to resources to do that, and basically what the manifesto would suggest, that where their progress has been made, there's always opportunities to make further progress. But I am very confident, and I have travelled the length and breadth of the country, canvassed with many of the Fianna Fáil candidates who are up for re-election, indeed many new Fianna Fáil candidates, and I absolutely can say that their record in terms of delivery speaks for itself, and I have every confidence in the new candidates who are coming forward as well. There's nobody more rooted in local government than Fianna Fáil candidates, and they deliver, whether it's access to local amenities, whether it's access to upgraded lighting, whether it's access to whatever facilities might be required in an area, and they can, they vary from area to area. So the last canvass I was on there at the weekend, the key issue in a particular area was the upgrade of footpaths. Again, that's a safety issue for people as well. So it's about an ongoing job of work that needs to be done. Great leadership has been shown by the Fianna Fáil team. I have every confidence in them going forward to the local elections.
When it comes to, obviously, Fianna Fáil doesn't hold the justice portfolio at the minute, but one of the promises made in 2019 was to increase the number of Gardaí from 14,300 or so to about 16,000. There's actually less Gardaí now than there were in 2019. The number has gone down, not up. Is that a source of frustration to you? Do you think that Justice Minister Helen McEntee has done a good job when it comes to commitments like that, which obviously have been made widely across the government, that they're going to increase Garda numbers, and we really haven't seen that over the lifetime of this government?
Well, to be fair, we have had unforeseen circumstances between 2019 and where we are now in 2024. We did have a significant COVID-19 pandemic, which meant that recruitment into An Garda Síochána was reduced. At that time, it couldn't continue because of the pandemic, but we can also point to the fact that we're seeing more and more numbers graduating every day and signing up, if you like, for work in An Garda Síochána, and I think that's very positive, and certainly we're on the right trajectory. And obviously the role of An Garda Síochána is incredibly important nationally and indeed locally, and I want to reference in particular the work of the Community Gardaí, because you're speaking about local elections. They do phenomenal work on the ground. I know of their engagement as Community Gardaí with our schools, with our older people, with members of community, so more and more, and we're seeing those numbers being increased as well. So I think good progress has been made despite the pandemic.